potential to get information from everywhere. But how do we decide what's important to focus on? We've got this incredible ocean of information available to us, right? It's completely overwhelming.
People feel that they want the world explained, that it's confusing, that it doesn't quite add up, that they need to be able to find a perspective, however temporary or fleeting, to understand it and see the whole. And so I think, you know, if you're operating basically in a kind of fog, and then someone comes along and says, actually, I can see through bits of this fog, that's quite helpful.
What YouTube has done is taken the internet to this next level. On one side, it's great that there's a lot of content and it's being used a lot, but in another sense, that's every minute. There's no way you're gonna be able to watch through all that content. You only have 24 hours in a day. How do you find it, digest it down, and chop it down to the stuff that you wanna watch?
What we're in now is what I would call the interpretation economy. It's not having the information, it's not even having the knowledge that that information represents. It's how you can interpret the emerging patterns that are happening out there and then get ahead of them.
One change for me is that I used to be purely a producer of new information. I think increasingly I've become a filter. So I don't just generate ideas, I try to help people sift through and focus on which of those ideas might be more meaningful and helpful to them.
It is important that there's still some reliable, filtered source of interpretation. I do believe still in quality journalism and quality comments as, at the end of the day, what will make appealing but bad ideas not prevail.
What is absolutely essential in this knowledge economy is that you bring something unique to the table. The Economist has got an existing brand and an existing reputation as an opinion leader, as an opinion former, by gathering and bringing together opinion leaders and opinion formers with good editorial. Well, that's why it's successful.
The Economist is pretty much the only print magazine I take seriously. The slack way to do journalism is you just tell both sides of the story. The Economist will actually have an opinion, and the opinion will mostly be correct.
The ideal system is one in which there are traditional publications with a great long history, with a layer of editorial judgment and sophistication and filtering, and you want a whole coral reef of other voices that are out there that are circulating around and sometimes feeding back into that. When The Economist weighs in on something, you feel it reverberate.
People who have new ideas are going to show up in The Economist sooner or later. You could think of it as a community of ideas, people who are out there looking for the next big thing to show up on the horizon and trying to figure out how the world works and where it's going to go next.
There's no point getting connected unless you've got something to say. So it becomes ever more important that you're saying something that is stimulating, that is captivating, that has imagination around it, and that challenges people, because that's what ideas do. Great ideas challenge, and they get people to rethink.